As you all are aware, we have a vote series that is taking place. But I do want to say thank you so much for our witnesses being here and for each of you being here today. We will hear from Dr. Jason Satizan and Ms. Casey Savage. They are two brave whistleblowers who have come forward to detail shocking allegations about Meta's cover-up of deeply disturbing child safety research. They were hired to purportedly make the platform safer for children, but what they found was a company that knew their products were unsafe, and they just did not care. Nearly 4 years ago, I held my first hearing with a Meta whistleblower who detailed how Meta exploits our children online simply to maximize user engagement and boost their profits. Since then, we've seen a national movement of parents, legislators, whistleblowers, and children that have said, enough is enough. Our children are more precious than the interest of depraved big tech CEOs, and that Congress must pass the bipartisan Kids Online Safety Act. After all these years, Meta continues to knowingly allow sexual exploitation and harms to children on their platforms. I'm incredibly grateful that individuals are still willing to come forward and shine a light on Meta's disturbing, willful, and intentional actions. Mark Zuckerberg has promised that, and I'm quoting him, in the metaverse, you'll be able to do almost anything you can imagine, end quote. And for once, Mr. Zuckerberg's statement rings true. That is, for predators, for pedophiles, for groomers, for traffickers, and all kinds of disgusting bad actors. As these whistleblowers will explain, the metaverse has become the Wild West for criminals who prey on our children. As our witnesses will tell us today, virtual reality can be incredibly dangerous for children, specifically because of the immersive nature of the technology. Children have a much harder time processing the difference between violence and abuse in the physical and virtual spaces. In other words, when their avatar on Meta's virtual reality platform is raped or harassed, children experience that trauma as if it is actually happening to them. Let's be clear, virtual reality is reality. These harms are real, and this abuse happens every single day, every day, on Meta's reality platforms. One employee stated on an internal message board in 2017, and again, I quote, "We have a child problem, and it's probably time to talk about it," end quote. That was 2017. One of their employees stating, "We have a child problem." But years later, Meta's C-suite has zero interest in these findings. According to these whistleblowers, Meta executives decided they didn't want to see research detailing how harmful their products are to children. So they unleashed their attack dogs within Meta Legal on the research teams, intent on creating a rosy picture of their products. Meta Legal manipulated research methods and buried negative data. Meta instructed researchers to avoid asking teen survey participants questions which might lead them to discuss harms they've experienced because of Meta's design. And when their suppression didn't work, they just simply deleted the evidence. They erased it so no one would know. In one user review, Meta's Horizon Worlds was dubbed, and I quote, "the pedophile kingdom," end quote. This makes clear what we have known for years, that Meta profits from the sexualization and abuse of children. If you need another example, look at the recent report that Meta's own internal guidelines allowed AI chatbots to engage in sensual conversations with children. Their refusal to protect children and to instead profit at the expense of kids' safety, this is revolting. It is heinous conduct. Again, I want to thank the two whistleblowers that are here with us today and the other whistleblowers who have come forward who are not here. I know that this was not an easy decision for either of you, but what you're doing brings us one step closer to holding these big tech platforms accountable. We have parents in the room today. Parents all across the nation are speaking out, and we thank you. And to Maureen, Brian, Mia, Christine, those parents that have lost their children to social media harms, we're grateful that you're here and grateful for your passion to make sure that no parent ever has to experience the trauma that you have experienced. With your help, we will get the Kids Online Safety Act passed, and we will get it to the President's desk, and we will hold big tech accountable. Now, I turn to Senator Klobuchar.